Forget the towering skyscrapers built by human hands. Right before your very eyes, nature's master builders are quietly crafting architectural masterpieces that would leave even the greatest human architect speechless. Join World Mystery Wonders on a breathtaking journey into the heart of nature, where tiny creatures with delicate wings build structures that defy the laws of physics and surpass the limits of human imagination. Let's begin with one of the most persistent and skilled weavers in the bird kingdom, the bio-weaver. If any creature symbolizes patience and precision, it's this small bird. The male alone takes full responsibility, from choosing the perfect nesting site to tying the first knot. Using long, flexible strands of grass, he weaves an intricate hanging nest shaped like a water droplet, suspended delicately from the highest branches. Ingeniously designed with a narrow entrance tunnel leading to a cozy inner chamber, the nest protects against rain, sun, and predators. Every knot, every loop demands meticulous precision, and if the female disapproves, he must tear it all down and start again. Yet, with unshakable determination, the bio-weaver shows us that true natural artistry requires relentless dedication. But if the weaver is a craftsman, then the Vogelkop bowerbird is a performer. Found in the rainforests of New Guinea, this bird is nature's installation artist. His structure, the bower, is not a home but a stage, an elaborate performance space built purely for courtship. The male spends weeks or months collecting twigs, berries, colorful plastics, and anything shiny, arranging them meticulously by color and size into an astonishing open-air gallery. It's a true aesthetic experience. When a female arrives, she judges not just beauty, but the intricacy and care of the design. If unimpressed, the male must rebuild or enhance his gallery. In this world, art, instinct, and love collide in perfect harmony. Then, deep in the rainforest of Central America, the Montezuma oripendula takes nest building to new heights, literally. These birds craft massive 2-meter-long woven nests that dangle like baskets in the ends of towering, swaying tree branches. The males build multiple nests to attract mates, carefully placing them on the outermost branches where predators can't reach. As the wind flows, the nests sway like gentle cradles, helping chicks develop a natural sense of balance. These aerial homes are both engineering marvels and soothing sanctuaries, proving that function and beauty can coexist in the skies. Yet perhaps the most astonishing natural architect of all is the sociable weaver of southern Africa. In the sun-baked savanna, these tiny birds construct enormous communal nests resembling haystacks hanging from trees or utility poles. Made from dry grass and twigs, these structures can last decades and house over 100 bird families. Each pair enjoys its own chamber, like mini apartments within a high-rise. The nest design is brilliantly adaptive. The upper levels stay warm during freezing nights, while the lower levels remain cool during scorching days. From the outside, it may look like a giant ball of hay, but inside lies a highly organized community, where not just weavers but also sparrows, woodpeckers, and even snakes may find shelter. It's a living, breathing testament to cooperative living and creative genius in the wild. In every case, these birds show us that architecture is not just about shelter. It's about survival, expression, beauty, and the eternal pursuit of love and safety. Welcome to nature's hidden world of genius. Oven bird, the potter of the bird world. If there were an award for the most creative bird nest on Earth, the oven bird's nest would be a top contender. Unlike the typical hanging or floating nests, this South American species chooses a completely different approach, building a nest that resembles a miniature clay oven. These nests are made entirely from mud mixed with dry grass, molded carefully with their beaks and feet into a dome ball, complete with an entrance and an internal incubation chamber. Once dried, the structure hardens like fired clay, making it incredibly durable and perfectly weather-resistant. It's because of this kiln-like appearance that they are called oven birds. Their nests are usually perched on tree branches or wooden posts, standing tall and sturdy against the elements. What makes them even more remarkable is that no two nests are alike. Each one is a unique handcrafted masterpiece, reflecting the individual style and character of the parent birds. Here, craftsmanship and survival instinct meet, resulting in one of nature's most extraordinary architectural achievements. Ruby-throated hummingbird, a tiny marvel of nature. Don't let the tiny size of the hummingbird fool you. The nest of the ruby-throated hummingbird may be no bigger than a bottle cap, Yet they are engineering marvels that would make any architect bow in admiration. With a body barely heavier than a coin, the female tirelessly builds a miniature nest that is perfect down to the smallest detail. Shaped like a tiny cup, the nest is woven from soft moss, plant fibers, and, most importantly, spider silk, nature's own glue, giving the nest remarkable elasticity. Thanks to this design, the nest can expand day by day as the chicks inside grow. Outside, it is camouflaged with moss, lichen, and bits of bark, blending seamlessly into surrounding branches, warm, soft, and almost invisible to predators. While the hummingbird darts through the air like a living arrow, its nest remains serene, delicate, and utterly secure, a smart little home with the incredible ability to both grow and vanish into nature. Great hornbill, the stalwart guardian of the rainforest. Amid the dense tropical forests of Southeast Asia lives a giant bird that has turned nest building into a breathtaking ritual of survival. The gray hornbill. Instead of weaving nests or digging burrows, the female chooses a tall hollow tree cavity as her sanctuary. But the real wonder begins only after the choice is made. Once inside, the female, with the help of the male, seals the entrance with a wall made of mud and tree resin, leaving only a tiny slit just big enough for the male to pass food through. Throughout the entire incubation and chick-rearing period, the female remains completely sealed inside, a harsh but brilliant strategy to protect herself, her eggs, and her chicks from predators. Meanwhile, the male works tirelessly outside, serving as the sole provider for the entire family. Only when the chicks are large and strong enough does the female break through the mud wall, and the reunited family continues their journey together. It is a deeply moving story of sacrifice, patience, and primal instinct, where every clump of mud carries a breath of love, protection, and the will to sustain life. Southern masked weaver, the climate architect. Amid the scorching heat of the African savanna, a small bird has proven that nature too produces master architects who design homes perfectly attuned to the climate. This is a southern masked weaver, a true genius of smart and adaptive nest building. Not only does the male weave nests from long, flexible strands of grass, but he also carefully considers wind direction, sunlight, and ventilation before he even begins. The nest entrance always faces downward to shield against rain and to keep the interior cool. Each nest takes the form of a compact sphere with a thick roof, creating natural insulation to protect chicks from the sweltering daytime heat and the chilly nights. Every knot is tied using only his beak and feet, a performance of craftsmanship at its finest. The female acts as the inspector. If she disapproves of the nest, she will immediately leave, forcing the male to dismantle it and start anew. With each breeding season, they begin from scratch, not because the old nests are damaged, but because instinct drives them to seek perfection. A tiny bird with a grand sense of architectural mastery. Flamingo, mud fortresses amid the waters. Amid the desolate salt lakes where the sunlight shimmers on the water's surface and the wind blows fiercely, flamingos quietly build their extraordinary fortresses out of mud. Unlike many other birds that choose branches or shrubs, flamingos use soft mud as the primary material to construct tall, cone-shaped nests. The parents take turns gathering bits of mud, carefully layering them to create a mound about 30 to 50 centimeters high, just tall enough to keep their precious eggs safe above rising waters or sudden rains. At the peak of each tiny fortress, a single egg is laid, becoming the heart of a delicate survival strategy. These mud nests not only protect the eggs from flooding and predators, but also help newly hatched chicks adapt to the harsh environment from their very first moments. The sight of thousands of flamingo nests clustered together across the lake resembles a vibrant city of mud rising from the wilderness. It's a breathtaking testament that even in the harshest conditions, nature still finds a way to craft incredible wonders, all through persistence and an unstoppable instinct to survive. European bee-eater, the master tunnel digger. In the world of birds, the European bee-eater might just be the finest tunnel artist of them all. Unlike most birds that build nests in trees or shrubs, this vibrant species chooses to dig deep into the earth to create its home. At the start of summer, bee-eater couples seek out soft riverbanks, sandy slopes, or hillside embankments to begin their unique construction project. Using their sharp beaks like natural chisels, they patiently carve out long tunnels, usually between 1 to 2 meters in length, leading to a small, secure chamber at the very end. This cozy room becomes a warm cradle for their precious eggs. What's truly remarkable is that during the breeding season, the male tirelessly hunts, primarily catching bees, wasps, and other flying insects as offerings for female. Before presenting them, he skillfully removes the stingers with precise strikes. The nest of the European bee-eater is not just a shelter. It is a hidden underground fortress, safe, warm, and filled with the spirit of family. Pendulum tits, the master weavers of nature. Nicknamed the masters of craftsmanship, the pendulum tits have left scientists in awe with their perfectly crafted, pouch-shaped nests. Small but incredibly skilled, these birds weave delicate hanging nests at the tips of branches, using materials like feathers, plant fibers, and spider silk. Remarkably, their nests feature a false entrance, a clever decoy designed to fool predators. The real entrance is cleverly disguised with a sealed layer that blends seamlessly into the rest of the nest, often causing curious intruders to give up before finding their way in. The nest is not just a shelter, but a masterpiece of meticulous design and defensive intelligence. The male usually starts building the nest alone to attract a mate, and once paired, the female joins in to help complete it. Soft feathers are artfully intertwined into the structure, turning the tiny nest into a cozy, secure home. In the bird world, pendulum tits are like high-end handbag designers. Each nest a unique couture creation crafted with care, precision, and artistry. Purple moorhen, the king of the marshlands. In the dense marshes and vivid green waters, the purple moorhen, also known as a purple swamp hen, strides with the grace of a true king. With iridescent purple-blue plumage shining under the sun and a vivid red beak extending into a striking frontal shield, the purple moorhen carries an unmistakable and proud presence. Their nests are neither perched high nor hidden deep. Instead, they rest serenely atop thick beds of reeds or floating vegetation, woven from grasses and leaves in a traditional bowl shape. Though appearing fragile, these nests are remarkably resilient, enduring the unpredictable shifts of the marsh environment. What makes their nests truly special is the seamless blend of simplicity and efficiency. Both parents take turns guarding and nurturing their chicks, young ones who are ready to leave the nest just a few days after hatching. With long legs and slender toes, purple moorhens move effortlessly across water surfaces blanketed with vegetation, as if walking on solid ground. Without the need for towering fortresses, their nests remain a symbol of balance, craftsmanship, adaptability, and quiet resilience, a cradle for a new generation as strong and enduring as the endless marshlands they call home. Bald eagle, the sky fortress of America's icon. Across the ancient forests and wild landscapes of North America, the bald eagle, the proud symbol of the United States, builds towering sky fortresses that command awe and respect. Renowned not just for their soaring flight and hunting prowess, bald eagles are famous for constructing some of the largest nests in the bird world. Perched atop the highest trees, a pair of eagles may spend months crafting their first nest, weaving together massive branches and lining the interior with grass, moss, and feathers for warmth and comfort. Remarkably, with each breeding season, they add new layers to their old nest, making it increasingly massive and resilient. Some nests grow to nearly 3 meters wide, 6 meters deep, and weigh over 2 tons. The bald eagle's nest is more than a place to hatch eggs. It's a lifelong monument to commitment, as the male and female tirelessly work together to raise their young. Seen from afar, their nest resembles a floating castle, majestic yet nurturing, suspended high above the ground. It stands as a grand testament to strength, patience, and enduring love, perfectly mirroring the indomitable spirit the bald eagle symbolizes for America. Cactus ferruginous pygmy owl, the desert warrior hidden in thorns. Amid the thorny cactus fields of the western United States and northern Mexico, the tiny cactus ferruginous pygmy owl has crafted a nest unlike any other, hidden inside the towering arms of the saguaro cactus. Yes, you heard right. They live within the sharp, spiny columns that most creatures avoid at all costs. These cacti have soft wooden cores, allowing the owl to carve out a hollow using its beak, creating a cool, quiet, and virtually impenetrable refuge. The spines outside not only deter predators, but also regulate the internal temperature, shielding the nest from the scorching heat by day and preserving warmth at night. Despite measuring only 15 to 18 centimeters, this little owl is fiercely brave. On its territory, It will readily confront larger animals to defend its nest without hesitation. A small warrior in a coat of rusty brown feathers, concealed within the harsh desert landscape, its nest stands as a true symbol of intelligence, courage, and supreme adaptation. African jacana, the floating architect and devoted father. While in most bird species it's the female who incubates the eggs, the African jacana flips this tradition entirely. Across the lakes and wetlands of Africa, it is the male who takes on the role of architect, incubator, and protector. He builds a nest, incubates the eggs, and cares for the chicks, while the female moves on in search of other mates. The nest itself is a simple yet remarkably effective floating raft, crafted from lily pads and aquatic vegetation, drifting gently on the water surface. Though it may seem fragile at first glance, it is impressively stable. The male meticulously checks the nest balance to ensure it won't capsize under strong winds or heavy rains. When the chicks hatch, the devoted father tucks them under his wings and carries them around like a living mobile pouch. Thanks to their extraordinarily long toes, African jacanas can walk easily across floating vegetation, making their nest a kind of floating villa, both safe and incredibly agile. Without the need for towering walls or solid foundations, the African jacana's nest is a powerful symbol that sometimes the most precious thing is a father who knows how to build shelter and protect his young. Our journey through the extraordinary architectural wonders of birds has come to an end, but the miracles of nature are truly endless. If you enjoyed this adventure, don't forget to leave a like, share the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell so you won't miss out on more incredible discoveries from around the planet. See you in the next videos.